This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? It's your boy Black Magus, and alright, here we go. I watched the Snyder Cut, y'all. It was a couple of days. I'm glad I didn't rush out and record this video after I watched it. It would have probably ended up being a wild, crazy, just really, really volatile rant. And I'm not saying this isn't going to be one, but at least I can take my time and progress through it a little bit better. The anger will build as opposed to if I would have did it right after I watched it, I would have just been all over the place because I would have been already on 10. So let's just go. Now, side note, I've been getting into arguments over this whole Snyder Cut thing since it kind of started. And I definitely got into some arguments before the Snyder Cut released over the past week. Because, as I've been saying through this whole, process, the whole deal with people, begging for this, all the controversies and things like that, I always said, why do we need this? It's not like it's going to be a different movie. It's going to be the same movie with some extra shit. Not going to necessarily make it better. And at the end of the day, what are you going to gain from this? Because we are where we are. And I'm sure this is not going to make Warner Brothers decide, well, let's just go ahead and just, let him do what he wants and continue on with this mess. And where are we today? Snyder Cut came out. No, it's not a different movie. It's not a game changer. Definitely not a masterpiece. I don't know what the fuck crack y'all motherfuckers are smoking out there who are saying all this shit about how this is one of the best superhero movies of all time and it's just a masterpiece, a 5 out of 5. Zack Snyder has been vindicated. What is wrong with y'all? It's the same movie. It is the same movie. It's the same movie, but done in 4 hours. And not only that, where Justice League was a movie that I thought was okay, but left a lot to be desired. More importantly, left a lot of questions, especially the question of why the fuck are we here and why the fuck are we doing this? This movie not only retained, in my mind, the question of why the fuck we're doing this, why the fuck we're here, but it added why the fuck did we actually added this, because still don't explain why the fuck we're doing this, why the fuck we're here, and it added a whole lot of more questions on top of that. Zack Snyder doesn't know how to write a story. Zack Snyder does not he's not a storyteller. He can visually interpret things very, very well and make them look good as far as action is concerned. He don't know how to really convey story that way because he don't really care about story, I don't think. He just wants to see and do cool shit. I'm 100% totally convinced of that. It's fine because it worked for 300 where he didn't have to write anything. It was a comic book in which the dialogue wasn't what was important anyway about that. You got a lot of cool bro lines and shit like that he could follow up with awesome visual shots and things like that. Watchmen, yes, that was a much deeper thing, but he literally just fucking took the comic book and turned it into a celluloid. Literally. It was color, paint by numbers for him. They had already set him up with, the canvas, and they'd already drawn the outlines and stuff like that. Just needed him to fill in the color. That's it. And he did, and it worked. But everything, especially that he's had some involvement with writing in, it generally falls apart because it makes no sense as to why you're doing it. You get a lot of cool visuals still, but you still wondering, like, what the fuck is this story and why are we doing this? That was Justice League. And for all of you who are angry about what Whedon did, I know a lot of you aren't going to be honest enough to realize that, but wasn't what Whedon did? It's that it really wasn't that great of a story to begin with. Now, what do you get in this 4 hours that you didn't get in the 2 hours? You got a lot of, as people have been saying, quote unquote, character building. And I say quote unquote because while yes, you got to see a lot more of Cyborg's life, you got to be introduced a little bit better, but in a lot of ways way worse, to the Flash. Batman, his mood is fleshed out a little bit more, so you understand like the guilt and anxiety he has over the death of Superman a little bit better. It wasn't a whole lot, but you get it. You understand Aquaman, where he's at the point in the movie a little bit more. I don't know why he didn't care about fleshing out Wonder Woman. You have basically Diana is where she was in the original cut, but I guess he felt like, well, she had her own movie, so we don't need to worry about this with her asking where she's at. Kind of do though, because if you really think about it, the original Wonder Woman was set back in the early 1900s, so we really don't know how we got to this Diana Prince still. So he could have actually went about and tried to like flesh her out a little bit more too, but I guess he didn't care about her as much as he cared about the others. I don't know. So yeah, you got that, but even that left some stuff to be desired. Like all of the stuff that he added in, it's understandable that it got cut out. I would say everything beyond maybe some of the Aquaman stuff and a little bit of the Bruce stuff, at least to establish the guilt area. This movie probably would be best suited to be 2.5 hours, but we of course get 4 hours. Like, and I'm not shitting on Cyborg as a character or anything like that, but it's just like, while it was nice to like get to see the father son, the relationship, stuff like that, it kind of just was filler, because and this is where I have a problem with the whole Ray Fisher thing too. It's as a side, like, he's been popping off about this a lot, and he kind of got extra angry, I've heard, which I think I'll wait for another video to talk about, because the recent news has come out, which makes no goddamn sense, because I see why as an actor you'd be mad because you filmed all this stuff and you were probably given an idea that you were going to be a significant key piece of the story, and he still is, even in the theatrical cut. But did we really need to know about his family issues and all of that stuff? No. You could have kept the intro where you got like to see like how he kind of came about, like former football star, had an accident, things like that, and now he's like this guy who's in a strange relationship because of the consequences of his father's actions. He is what he is because of that. But we didn't really need to see all that. Did I mind seeing it? No. But I would have preferred to see it in an actual Cyborg movie. This movie's not about Cyborg. This movie is about the Justice League forming and going after a, huge threat, which wasn't much of a threat, to be quite honest, if you think about it. We'll get there. That was the point. It wasn't the prop fucking Cyborg up. And I think that his ego is way out of control in this, because this movie was not supposed to be about him. Not at all. It's about the team, if anything. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not like fucking, I'm happy for him because he got what he wanted, but it wasn't needed. It fucking wasn't needed. I've talked enough about Cyborg. I guess if we go over the characters, I don't need to say much more about Wonder Woman's character, because like I said, she was just there to fuck shit up. And to occasionally drop something that may be inspirational, but she was just really there to fuck shit up, to get on camera and to do her thing. Which, hey, I like watching Wonder Woman fight. Like, she's a badass. Again, go over the Bruce thing too. They fleshed him out a little bit. He seems to be less of the moody Batman, I guess. It was a little bit more upbeat, a little bit less like drunken old man with anger issues. Aquaman, his stuff was cool, but there was some shit about his stuff like, I'll leave that for the others, like my biggest problems area, because there's some things that are done in this movie that's nonsensical. The Cyborg, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, of course. Again, why the fuck you kill him in the first place if you're just gonna like his comeback, and you gotta see a little bit more of like, the aftermath of his comeback after he raged and shit like that. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's go back and forth, ping pong between positives and negatives. Positives, definitely the in-fight sequence was done better to me. You got to see a lot more action from all the people, including the Flash. And it was fine until they got to the whole, like, I gotta go back in time to save shit bullshit with Flash. Not necessary. Like, why didn't you just have it, like, him hit the spark the moment is saved, and save that time travel shit for something else, especially since you never really made much of a focus on, or at least I didn't notice. I think he mentioned something about the speed of light or something, but never really like touched on the possibilities of being able to reverse time and things like that, because he's so fast and shit like that. So that came out of nowhere. But again, Zack Snyder's just here to get his shit in. As I said in the Batman vs Superman and Justice League, revisit, review, whatever. He's just here to get his shit in. It is certain things, certain aspects of this whole universe that he's fallen in love with. He just wants to make sure he gets it on screen. So I guess, yay. No. Going back to the Flash, the fucking scene with him and Iris. Why? It would have been okay, I guess, if one, you didn't overdo the slow-mo. Also, what is up with the music in some of these moments. Like, why does he have all these like weird music tones coming in at certain things to go accompany the slow-mo or these unnecessarily long for no reason moments that could be gone? Like, if you wanted to like have Flash do the whole thing where he was at an interview, something happened, and he exhibited his powers to save the day, that's fine. You ain't need the music. You didn't need the sesame seed. Damn sure didn't need the fucking like, oh, let me grab the hot dog thing. And you didn't need to make fucking Flash a fucking creep. Yes, people, he's a fucking creep because that whole part where he's brushing her hair and shit, like, why? That shot's not cool. I'm like, that's awkward. You're trying to save this girl. Like, I know y'all made the eye contact and you were making googly eyes and stuff like that. Because I guess you both thought each other were cute and shit like that. But don't. I know you're the fastest thing around. Don't take a moment because you're so fast to fucking like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Let me fondle her hair. That's creepy. That's creepy. I'm sorry. That's creepy. That ain't cool. Now, I fucking died, and probably was, oddly enough, my favorite part because it brought the most laughter out of me. Because I was just like, I can't fucking believe this. He really just put all of this dumb shit in this one sequence together. I actually watched it twice at the time I was watching it. Because I had to, like, make sure I was seeing this shit. It was just like, what the fuck is this? This is so stupid. Why is this again? This is what you like. You tried what his fans held like water up for, and pushed and tried to hold shit hostage for to get. Really, this is what you call a part of fucking masterpiece movie making? Really, no. Just like the fucking Aquaman scene where, like, Bruce goes to meet him and all that, and you eventually get to a part where he's going back to the sea, like going back home when the king died, I guess. And all of a sudden you get all of these like Nordic women breaking out in song, and they're just singing this really like somber song. And then you see one of the women walk up to where he left his sweater. She picks it up and she sniffs the motherfucker. Again, why are we having this creepy shit? Why is she sniffing the thing and caressing it to her cheek while singing this weirdo fucking song? Like, for the moment. I'm not saying the song is bad, but it comes off as a weird thing because this moment not necessary. The fuck are we doing? Like, what? Why does this need to be there? Things like these can be cut. Things like the fucking cyborg shit could be cut down. Did it need to be cut down all the way? Like I said, you could have done the whole like recapping of his story by showing the accident and things like that. That's fine. You know, you could, have a little bit more of the tension, but you need to have all that shit in there. Not at all. Didn't need to really change the intro, which I found weird because the intro ended up adding more fucked up elements to the story. Because you see in the intro this time, instead of the whole Batman fighting the guy, and then you get the Superman video of the kids recording him, the accident, and saying how they want to be like him and all that. You get it done in a fucking odd way, by the way, that whole I want to be like you thing with the kid. In a weird moment, which made no sense either. But anyway, no, this time you start out with Superman's death, and you see him yell out in pain, and you see the pain echo out over the world, and it affects the mother boxes for some reason. Why his echo fucking awakes the mother boxes, I don't know, but we get a stupid explanation later, in the form of, oh yeah, they've been looking for the mother boxes, and they kind of knew they were here. But they were scared to get him because Superman was here. So once Superman died, they knew Superman died. Hey, we were going to come get him. Why the fuck is Darkseid scared of fucking Superman? I'm all for changing like things to make sense to fit in a like real world sense for comic book movies. And this is the only time I will seriously make a comparison between DC and Marvel. It makes sense in these movies because that's what Marvel did. You know, they kind of tweak things to, or otherwise kind of fit and be framed as a more realistic way, so it'll fit in the world as today. And you know, they didn't just go full comic book on it, but they didn't even go full comic book here. They went full just, I don't know what. No fucking reason that Superman should be, that Darkseid should be scared of Superman alone. This is the conqueror of worlds. They tried to build this guy up as this menace and terror. But when that moment came, that buried him. They also buried him again when they recounted history and showed the fight, which they didn't need to show the fight, where it was like basically him against the old gods, you know, the Atlanteans and the Amazons, where he got his fucking ass whipped. He got beat down. Fucking need to be scared of Superman for. You should be scared of everybody on Earth because Earth whipped his ass. He beat the shit out of him. Yo, Ares fucking put his axe into this motherfucker. It almost killed him. By the way, if he's going to be scared of any superhero, he should be scared of Wonder Woman, because if Wonder Woman killed Ares, there's a guy who busted your ass. So why are you worried about Superman? If this woman could kill the god that could almost kill you, she's a problem. Superman, I don't know about him, but I know like especially since you apparently have tabs on what's going on Earth anyway, to know that, oh shit, Superman dead. Oh, did the mother boxes send a message to you? It's like, okay, cool, we're here, even though you don't know we're here. That's another problem. But we'll let you know when it's safe, because this is motherfucking this gate. I don't know if you want to fuck with him. You already got your ass busted by that bitch, Ares. You might get your shit pushed in by him, even though you don't know we're here. But we just let you know, and we're just sending the signal out to you once he's gone. And the planet that you got your shit pushed in, the biggest place where you ever like got fucked up at, where you found the anti-life equation. You fucking forgot about all that shit. And it even blows up even more as we get to the end. But see, this review's all over the place because this movie's all over the place. Like, yeah, it's so fucking all over the place. Why do we need to show them push that whole place where they kept the mother box in, Troy off to kill all those, like, people? You could have just had them cut off the wall again. You didn't have to, like, destroy the whole thing. To, like, overly, like, emphasize the point that, a lot of people died trying to defend that shit. I don't know. Because you still ended up with the same fucking sequence where they're on the horseback and they're trying to get away, and he gets the mother box and he leaves. Whew, Lord. I honestly, why is Superman in the black suit? There's no real fundamental reason for him to come back and then wear a black suit. Again, you just want to get your shit in. Sure. Fine. Whatever. What else? There's just so much shit that just like makes no sense. The anti-life equation. That really bothered me though, because again, you were on Earth eons ago. Again, it was a place of like probably your biggest embarrassment. Did you just conveniently forget Darkseid? Because they made a point of having like Steppenwolf be like, oh, guess what I found here while looking for these boxes? I found the anti-life equation. And he's like, oh, I can't believe it's there. That is so great. You were there. You were fucking there. Martian Manhunter. Why was he pretending to be Clark's mom to give that pep talk to Lois? Why is that the way that you're gonna introduce the world to him? Brings back questions to like Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, which is what, again, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to watch Man of Steel. I did not, once I heard that he was gonna have Martian Manhunter, I really, and he told the world, he actually told the world who Martian Manhunter was. I'm like, I need them to explain this in detail as to why he wasn't, present in any other movies and why he didn't help out. Because Martian Manhunter has been there since Man of Steel, y'all. Martian Manhunter was that fucking general. Why was this general just hiding, chilling, like, oh, the world's blowing up and all that shit, but it's fine. I can't do nothing because I don't want people to know I'm a Martian. Okay. But then you come back, and circle around to the epilogue where he goes and introduces himself to Bruce, and he says, yeah, people call me the Martian Manhunter. What people call you that? I thought you were hiding. So you telling me you revealed yourself in some capacity somewhere else? Did you help somebody? You must have helped enough people for them to call you the Martian Manhunter. And if so, where the fuck were you in Metropolis when fucking Zod and them were fucking wrecking shop? Why were you just sitting in that room, like, acting like you were just a regular, like, government official? A lot of people died. You're gonna help, like, mitigate some of that. You a bitch? No, you're not a bitch, because people clearly have seen your heroics enough to call you the Martian Manhunter. So, what the fuck was your, like, issue? Why didn't you show up for Doomsday? Why are you in here if you just were doing nothing? You've been around this whole time doing nothing. 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 Your presence isn't needed. Get the fuck out. And in fact, why isn't Bruce mad at you? Bruce was all mad at Superman for this whole situation and causing issues. Like, he could have been like, hold up. Weren't you in the fucking Metropolis while all this was going down? Why'd you let this shit go down? Why didn't you intervene? What the fuck is the real problem? I don't know. None of this shit makes sense. And I probably could go on for much longer, but it's just like, why? Why did you change the line for Lex Luthor? I can tell you why, by the way. He changed the lines for Lex Luthor in the epilogue, where he basically revealed to Deathstroke that Batman was Bruce Wayne, because he wanted to make sure to bury that shit. So when you got to the second part of the epilogue, which the real bullshit part of the epilogue, the fucking nightmare scenario, he needed that to shine and that to stand out. So he could say, see? Yeah, they wanted me to do like that. They made him put that Justice League thing in because they wanted to go there. But I wanted to go here and see, this is much cooler, isn't it? Sure, Jared Leto and Batman going at it, barking at each other. That was interesting. But the nightmare scenario as a whole was dumb. So Aquaman's fucking dead. Don't know where the fuck Wonder Woman is. I guess you could assume she's dead too. And you know Aquaman's dead because you see Mira talk about I'm gonna make him pay for what he did to Arthur and shit like that. Batman, Cyborg, porn star, Flash with the fucking porn stash that he had, which I guess kind of backs up my whole "you made the Flash a fucking creep" thing. In his suit and then armor on top of his suit, which looks clunky as shit. Joker. And they're all like, "Oh, we gotta move. He'll see us and all that." And then you get Superman coming after they sitting there in the open art. They openly said, "We need to get the fuck out of here. He's gonna see us and he's gonna catch us." And then they spend the whole time like nobody says, "Yo, could y'all cut this shit out? We gotta go." Nobody interrupts Joker and Batman while they decide to have the. Y'all are scurrying around, hiding, lurking. You know that he's gonna catch you if you're out too long. But then it's a dream, so dreams you do dumb shit. That's the only thing that I could say justifies all of that shit. But why do we need this dream? Why are we doing this? Why are we in Injustice? Why is Darkseid controlling the Earth, but Superman is Injustice Superman? And what's going on? Why? Why are we here? What are we doing here? Why are we shortcutting shit? Why are we just fucking jumping all over the fucking place? Just why? The whole fucking movie is like the whole Zack Snyder experience is a lesson in bad storytelling, and it's a fine lesson. And I hope that you're an aspiring writer. You do not follow his lead. Really. Really, really. So, the movie was exhausting. It didn't fly by for 4 hours. It felt every bit of 4 hours. If you somebody who pays attention to detail, and I'm sure I missed some stuff that I would have ran it on a lot harder back in the day. And there's still stuff coming out and being exposed about it to this day. Now that the initial, Snyder cult has had their say, people who now like are reflecting, taking time to actually pay attention, are starting to find things that are really, really troubling. And at the end of the day, the Snyder Cut justifies Warner's wanting to move on and find someone else to do these movies. It really does. I mean, I'm happy for Zack Snyder. He got what he wanted. I'm fucking pissed at Warner for caving into, the internet mafia. Although I don't think they necessarily caved, to be quite honest. If we're going to be honest, they saw the opportunity to find a cash cow for HBO Max, and they were like, you know what? Fuck it. That's why they suspended like the trial period for subscriptions. You subscribe, you're paying that $15. If you didn't have HBO Max before this came out, they got a movie ticket out of you. They don't need to fucking put it in theaters. They got a movie ticket out of you. So why bother? Because that was their whole purpose, was to see like their users swell, their memberships swell, because the whole Snyder cult was going to flock and buy this to support it and prop it up. That's all they really wanted. So, I think they're going to end up regretting it more, because now you're getting that restore the Snyderverse shit coming and all that, trying to add to it. But they've kind of shut that shit down, even though it's not really shut down. I'm exhausted, y'all. Can't get that 4 hours back. Really can't. But yeah, there you go. Snyder Cut. Yay, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll hit you later. It's your boy Black Makers in the Mouth. Deuces.